What if the fairest one of all turned into the costliest mistake in Disney history? That jaw-dropping question has shadowed Hollywood since Snow White's live-action remake stumbled onto screens 5 weeks ago, and tonight the financial fallout is plain to see. The movie has clawed together only about $194.8 million worldwide, less than half of what analysts say it needs to break even, and that shortfall is rattling the very rafters of the Magic Kingdom. The numbers looked grim from day one. Disney poured an estimated $270 million into production, then spent tens of millions more to market the picture across 3 continents. Early forecasts talked up a $63 million US debut, but opening weekend limped in at $42.2 million after Thursday previews. Studio accountants, facing a break-even mark near $410 million, now whisper that the final red ink could top $115 million, an eye-watering sum even for a century-old giant that once seemed recession-proof. And that, friends, was only the beginning. Rachel Zegler's response threw gasoline on the bonfire. Instead of a mea culpa, the 23-year-old star went on a days-long social media blitz, railing against bigotry and cancel culture. Each post ignited new boycott hashtags that raced up X's trending chart and sent dislike tallies soaring. Business Insider notes the backlash cut far deeper than any so-called anti-woke gripe. The film simply failed to connect with paying families. But Zegler refused to stand down, telling one livestream, "My politics are my politics. It's a free country." That line may echo through shareholder lawsuits for years. While audiences bolted, review sites melted. IMDb slapped an unusual activity banner on Snow White's rating page after a torrent of 1-star votes, over 91% of the 300,000 scores logged. For a brand that trades on wholesome nostalgia, seeing its flagship princess mocked as a meme stock punchline was a PR nightmare, yet the digital dogpile kept growing, racking up tens of millions of TikTok views as creators spliced low-res clips with the word flop in neon type. Inside Burbank headquarters, the chill set in fast. On March 5th, Reuters confirmed Disney would axe nearly 200 employees, roughly 6% from ABC News and its Entertainment Networks division. Executives framed the cutbacks as a pivot toward streaming, but insiders admit Snow White's miss accelerated the timetable. Morale sank further when a late-night memo ordered every business unit to freeze discretionary travel until July. Then came the collateral damage nobody saw coming. 3 weeks ago, Disney quietly paused its live-action Tangled remake, greenlit, staffed, and scouting locations, after top brass questioned whether another princess gamble could survive. Hostile headlines. The New York Post scooped the story. Trade outlets piled on. Tangled is now shelved indefinitely, and attached director Michael Gracie has already fielded offers elsewhere. Even ESPN, the jewel in Disney's crown, isn't immune. Bob Iger still promises to launch a standalone ESPN streaming app in autumn 2025, complete with betting widgets and one-click merch buys. But he'll have to do it while fighting new Justice Department antitrust probe. Regulators are scrutinizing Disney's plan to grab a controlling 70% stake in Fubo TV, a move that could make the company the second-largest online pay TV provider overnight. Lawyers warn the deal could stall for months, delaying the sports pivot Wall Street is banking on. And those bankers are already restless. Remember that 33% slice of Hulu Comcast still owns? An independent appraisal last August suggested the streamer might be worth over $40 billion, almost $5 billion more than Disney budgeted. If that number stands, Iger must cut an extra multi-billion-dollar check just as box office cash dries up. Activist investors know the math and are circling like seagulls over popcorn. Meanwhile, Disney's marketers scramble to salvage what they can. With Minecraft smashing pandemic-era records and Universal marching up the charts, the House of Mouse delayed Snow White's Disney Plus debut. The company hasn't announced a new date, fearing another wave of negative press when streaming viewership charts lay bare exactly how few subscribers press play. One veteran analyst quipped, "They're burying the apple until the smell dies down." All eyes now shift to July's Lilo and Stitch remake. If that picture tanks too, former executives say the board could call for structural changes, code for asset sales, or even a leadership shakeup. ESPN's fate, linear TV spin-offs, nothing, is sacred when quarterly losses pile up. And lurking behind it all is a simple truth. A single fairy tale misfire has exposed every crack in Disney's once unbreakable castle. Let's recap before the curtain falls. Snow White cost a fortune, earned a fraction, and left Disney staring at 9-digit losses. Rachel Zegler's fiery retorts kept boycotts blazing. IMDb flagged the movie for rating abuse, Layoffs hit ABC News. Tangled was thrown in a vault. Regulators are sniffing around the Fubo deal even as Hulu arbitration threatens a $5 billion bill. And the all-important ESPN app still hangs in the balance. So here's the final provocative question. Can Disney spin one poisoned apple into lessons that save its next 100 years? Or will the kingdom's magic fade before the clock strikes midnight? Investors, fans, and perhaps even a few dwarfs are holding their breath. Thank you for watching. Until next time.